relate to the shonen protagonist in terms of just kind of losing that superpower, not having it in the first place. And then you go on that arc, that training arc, and you just constantly trying to be the best that you can be. So, there's still a lot that I want to accomplish as a player. And, I'm in the thick of it right now. So anime is like, I love watching it. It just keeps me motivated, keeps me inspired, and makes me feel good about where I am, honestly.
Coming to you from Crunchyroll HQ, this is the Anime Effect, where each week we bring you interviews from amazing people across the world of anime, from artists to athletes to actors and more. That was kind of a tongue twister. To discuss their work and their anime favorites. It's pop culture with an anime lens.
Oh boy. Oh boy. We got a real hooper and an anime hooper in the house. WNBA All-Star, WNBA All-Rookie, also WNBA champion, shooting guard for the Connecticut Sun, Diamond DeShields.
Woohoo!
Woo! Already said she's an anime hooper. She's an anime fan. Welcome to the Anime Effect. How are you?
Yes, welcome.
What's good? Good people. I'm doing well. I'm super excited to be on the podcast with you guys. This is like, these conversations don't happen a lot in the locker room. So
hell
I'm
yeah,
excited.
brother. That's what we're here for.
Yeah,
That's what we're
exactly.
here for. When they said, hey, Diamond wants to be on the show, I was like, oh, we getting a hooper? Yeah.
Period.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Okay, so you said you're excited to talk, so we're going to open it up right now. What was your gateway anime?
I think that my gateway anime was Dragon Ball Z. I think that it was, just one of those ones that was kind of like on Toonami when you were a kid growing up. And so it was just like super accessible. That and probably Sailor Moon.
Yes, yes.
Starter pack activated.
Yeah, super tapped into those two at a young age. And then obviously floodgates just opened up with Crunchyroll. And
Yeah. And that's like a trend that I think we've been seeing a lot is like all of us here grew up with anime. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then I think like a lot of the times, and even like with other guests on the show, there was like a time where they didn't watch anime and then came back to it. Mm-hmm. And I think like a lot of us can really relate to that. Mm-hmm. Like I know like there was a lull in my life, and I remember like rewatching Attack on Titan like later on and being like, bro, I don't know why I ever stopped watching anime for like the 5 minutes I stopped watching anime.
Especially with the Toonami era, because like there was such a peak schedule with Toonami when you had DBZ, you had, I think it was up to when Naruto started. Gundam, Yu Yu Hakusho, Cowboy Bebop,
Gintama. I guess if you want to was that Toonami?
I feel like that was
Gintama. I think Gintama came
that was a little later.
I mean, do we count like Samurai Jack?
Oh yeah.
Honestly, like a lot of is it Gendy Tartakovsky?
Yeah, Gendy Tartakovsky.
His stuff is very anime inspired.
It really is. Yeah. The crazy thing is like a lot of people, I don't know. Oh my God, I may show my age here, but 30
something,
30 plus, it's back. When Toonami first started, it was just like original, like this was before Cartoon Network originals and before they licensed anime, so it was Moltar and like all of the old like Hanna-Barbera like
Johnny
action
Quest,
cartoons, like Johnny Quest and Galaxy Trio and stuff like that. And then when they got anime, it was the Sailor Moon, the Dragon Ball, and then it quickly started like, and then they had action cartoons on the back half, like Transformers and Thundercats.
Tsunami? Why do I feel like Sailor Moon was WB Kids?
It was for a minute, and then I think it got a short run.
I also got so confused because I thought you said Johnny Test, and I was like, okay, this conversation just went like in a really different direction.
That is a riff on Johnny Quest.
It is.
Is it really?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
Classic cartoon. I don't know if it holds up though.
It does not. Diamond, what are you watching right now? We talked about your gateway, but what is if right now? We're like, you're fresh out of practice. You got to watch an anime. What's your go-to? Right
you guys, like, I don't know if anyone else struggles with this, but I'm like the person who like has like 15 books halfway read.
Yep.
Yeah. So I'm definitely that way with anime. I guess that I'm waiting for, Jujutsu Kaisen and Demon Slayer and Kaiju number 8. Like, I'm just waiting.
Yeah.
So right now I'm doing like One Piece, which is just like, it's just like such a daunting, like I come to it and I leave it. I'm doing JoJo's Bizarre Adventure.
Nice. What part are you in? What part are you in?
I think I'm in part 3.
Oh, that's when it starts
That's
getting good.
Stardust Crusader?
Yeah, it's Stardust. Yeah, because
I'm in part 3. I just started Full Metal Alchemist. I've been
oh, you're in for a treat.
I really want to get into Shangri-La Frontier.
Don't get into it. Just do it.
We have a huge advocate for Shangri-La Frontier.
I'm watching Bleach. I'm about to start Chainsaw Man. I do like Cowboy Bebop and Case Closed for like those feel
Case
good.
Closed?
Yeah, Case Closed. Right?
Detective Conan reference.
Detective Conan.
Super nostalgic. Me and my brother used to watch it growing up, so it's just like,
awesome.
Yeah, I mean, so I've got a lot just kind of open. My Hero, Assassination Classroom.
What?
That's coming up on
Black
I haven't
Butler.
heard anyone
10 years.
Oh,
10 years.
yeah, and then we've got the new Black Butler coming
Yeah,
out
Black
too. You mentioned
Butler.
Black Butler.
So yeah, I'm kind of, I dabble, but I'm waiting on those big 3 that I mentioned earlier. Just like
She dribbles
anxiously
around.
waiting.
I mean, look, I'm so bad about that too. I'll watch a show that has 13 episodes up to episode 10, and then I'll
It'll just
literally.
Yeah.
That was my problem this season, I think, because I was starting so much.
Yeah.
And then I had stuff left over from last season. So like now that I'm caught up on all my stuff this season, I'm like, I gotta run as many as I can before summer starts.
Black Clover is doing that for me.
Black Clover.
Lee's another big Black
I'm
Clover
just like,
fan.
I know I need to pick it back up, but
Pick it back up and then watch the movie. You will not regret anything.
I end up watching things half in the original and half in dub because like I wait long enough and sit on it long enough that all the dubs come out.
Yeah.
And then you're like, I can multitask now.
Yes.
Literally. I can't even eat when I'm watching it. Like,
I keep rewinding it like 5 seconds at a time.
Wait,
like,
I missed it.
But okay, so let's get a little bit real because we know, like, girl, you've been through a lot, especially recently.
Yes, indeed.
So as we understand it, anime was a part of your healing journey. For anyone not familiar, Diamond, can you share a little bit about like what you went through?
Yeah, I mean, so just in my pro career alone, my first 2 years, I was, at the top of my game, playing at a really high level, and then just in a random December, I had a very minor collision with a player, and about a week later, I found out that I had a tumor in my spine. Which that collision kind of like awoke inside of me because like the next day after that collision, like I couldn't walk, I couldn't do anything. So I thought I had like just like tweak my back or whatever. I ended up having to go get an MRI, and that's when they found the tumor. I was in Italy at the time. I flew back to Chicago, met with a few doctors to get some second, third opinions because obviously I'm about to get my spinal cord operated on.
Yeah.
So
I want to be pretty certain.
Yeah, you want to be pretty certain. So I met with a few doctors, ended up getting the surgery about, a week or two after getting back to the States. And from there, it was just an uphill battle, man, just whole 9, couldn't move my legs, couldn't walk, was in a wheelchair, was in an outpatient facility with a lot of patients who had undergone spinal cord, brain surgeries, and things of that nature. So I was just surrounded by people who were trying to recover from some similar symptoms, but some worse off, so that also put a lot in perspective for me. And then, obviously it was an Olympic year that I was preparing to go to Tokyo that year, and I missed out on that opportunity. So, I relate to this shonen protagonist in terms of just kind of losing that superpower or not having it in the first place. And then you go on that arc, that training arc, and you just constantly trying to be the best that you can be. So, there's still a lot that I want to accomplish as a player, and, I'm in the thick of it right now. So anime is like, I love watching it. It just keeps me motivated, keeps me inspired, and makes me feel good about where I am, honestly.
Wow. That is honestly
That's
so
heavy,
inspiring
bro.
and so like amazing to hear. Like, you're so strong. I was actually going to ask like how anime impacted you during that time, but I mean, you laid it out perfectly. I think a lot of us can relate to sort of, well, not as intensely, but that journey of
finding anime at a time when like you need it.
Yeah. I feel like it can be a lot of different things. Like it can be a crutch in that way of like, I have personally taken a lot of inspiration during my darkest times, especially that time when I just mentioned it, but like rediscovering anime and rediscovering my community and stuff like that came exactly when I needed it.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I was like, Attack on Titan is really the one anime that kind of like brought me to a place of like feeling excited about anime again. And I've watched that about 3 times.
Yeah, same.
It's so good.
I'm so delighted to hear that.
So good. I mean, I get new tidbits from it every time I watch it. Like it's so deep, it's so thoughtful. I think that the writers, the animators did such a good job of just like portraying character development and life lessons. There's just like so much in that anime to learn from. So every time I watch it, I'm just like, oh, there's a new nugget.
Yeah, I mean, like that series is literally about taking on insurmountable odds.
Yeah.
Like and that it keeps shifting as you move through the series. Like every time you feel like you understand what the goal is or what the thing they have to overcome is, it gets bigger.
Yeah. You know nothing, Jon Snow. It's what that series equates to. But like you said something pretty interesting. It's like but more so in the interest in involving Attack on Titan is that you find new stuff every time you're watching it. And I feel like there's animes like that just in general that like every time you watch it, you find something new or different. Like I've been rewatching Full Metal off and on, and as I'm watching it, I'm just like, why didn't I like notice this before? Like, why?
Well, you change over time. Like, I think part of that is revisiting an anime at different points in your life, and that's why I think like that Toonami era was so special to so many of us because for anything else that we were probably into at the time that we look back on now, there's a nostalgia to it. But anime is one of those things where there's nostalgia, sure, but it also fully lives up to the expectation and experience of how it was when you were younger. The stories have only gotten more interesting and adventurous and diverse, and that it's kind of unique in that regard.
Yeah. I have a question. So like a lot of the time I think about my like different stages in my life pertaining to what media I was watching at the time. Like you're talking about nostalgia, whatever. Do you like, is it the kind of the same thing where like you have those feelings attached to that period of your life when you were like healing and watching anime, and then does it come with like a different context later on? Like you said, you rewatched Attack on Titan.
Yeah, I mean, it definitely comes with a different context when you've watched something in a certain like era of your life, and then you like rewatch it in a new era, just because it ties to a different period in time in your life. I think like, and it's one of those things where like, if you don't watch anime, what I'm saying is just going to sound like, oh my gosh, you're insane. Like you're talking about, know, but, and it's something that I deal with a lot of my teammates and people that I try to get to come over to the other side. They're like, I'm not watching that. Like that's childish,
No.
whatever. But I guarantee you'll remember exactly where you were at what point of your life you were in when you decided to hit play and watch Attack on Titan. Like you're gonna know, it's gonna stick with you and it's gonna be impactful. So yeah, the context definitely can change each time you decide to awaken a fandom with like a show.
It's interesting. I feel like for folks who listen to the show that maybe aren't like diehard anime fans from the jump, like I feel like we try really hard every week to be like, here's the framing you need to look at.
Yeah.
So like, but like, I think it comes with like, you have to validate the idea that like anime is a wholly unique art form in that, because people are always like, oh, what's the perfect beginner anime? And you're like, well, it depends on what you're into.
Right.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, there is childish anime. Like I love rom-coms. A lot of those are super childish, but that's the point.
And then you have Attack on Titan where like all your friends are dying and you're dealing with like existential threats and
You're
like
shedding real adult tears.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like saying video games are childish, right?
Yeah.
It's just You just haven't found the one that
right. You just haven't found the right
changes
one.
To your point. Like you remember the first time when you find that anime that changes your perspective on what it is. Like I feel like that happened with animation for a lot of people, especially in the West. Like Toy Story 3 was like this big inflection moment of like, wait a second, this can be made for adults too. Because I was a kid once and now I'm an adult, and like make that connection.
But to your point, I think it also goes back to the framing, right? Because as our generation that has watched Toy Story progress, right? You get to Toy Story 3 and you're like, oh, this was like made for me. Like this
when
wasn't
they all
really...
start holding hands going towards like the incinerator. It's like that's some real.
That's some real.
Damn.
So then you have to be like, okay, what if you could be into an art form where all of it is Toy Story 3?
Yeah,
that's anime.
That's anime. Yeah,
literally.
So, because you talked about Attack on Titan, right? But what were some other while you were on your healing journey to get back? What were some of the other animes that you watched, and what were some of the pieces that you took from it to really help you get through it?
Definitely Demon Slayer. Definitely Jujutsu Kaisen. I'd say those are like the big three. And then I just like stumbled on the wrong way to use healing magic, which was like
this is another like
I love it.
Camera needs to zoom in right on LeAlec's face, just as close as it can get, because it's another LeAlec.
Yeah, that is another.
It's so good.
Like
it's so good.
It's great, and I think for me, like the reason why I love that one so much is because like if I was just a healer. Like I'd be like, man, I can't use this for combat, but I'm gonna find a way to use it for combat.
It's like they made healing seem so dope. Like I'm like, bro, I want to be a healer. I'm definitely like reassigning all the healers and all of the animes that I watch. I'm like, y'all are just doing it wrong.
y'all just don't get it right.
Have you watched Solo Leveling yet?
Yes.
Okay. Are you
Okay, wait.
up?
Okay, wait.
Because you brought up healers.
Okay, wait. I have the last 2 episodes that I need to watch. I know.
Okay. But you've at least met the healer in that.
Yes.
I won't say anything.
That dude's stuff.
Yes, please. That's why I'm trying not to even talk about it, because the spoilers they're attacking me. Like I'm like scrolling on my phone. I'm like, nope, can't.
Listen, when you watch the last 2. You have to send us an email.
I was gonna watch it before the podcast. I was like, should I just watch it? But then I was like, you
can send a clip and just be like, okay, guys, I just watched the last.
Yeah, send us a clip if you watch after you've watched the last 2. Send us a clip because, oh my god.
Yeah, that's what I'm gathering. Everyone's like, is it really over? Like we really have to wait until next season? Like, damn.
Yeah. Yeah. Let's move off that before we accidentally spoil some stuff.
I'd be dodging spoilers left and right, like, and most of them are just like TikTok AMVs.
Yeah.
Like,
and those are really. I finally got. Okay, sorry, this is a tangent. I have finally reached Fire Force AMV TikTok.
Listen, the one you sent me yesterday.
Yeah, I was dropping them in the group chat. Have you seen Fire Force?
I've watched like the first 2 episodes. I haven't really.
Okay.
The third season's coming out.
I need to watch it. There's a few that I'm like, I've opened them up, but I haven't really took some time.
It's worth it. I mean, there are some fan service elements and things like that, but like the world building of Fire Force is so good.
When my season starts is usually when I like am deep in my anime bag, because there's literally nothing else to do and you're just so tired.
Yep.
So like, and you're just on flights. So by the end of this summer, trust me, a lot of this will be watched.
What you're saying is she's gonna be caught up by the time summer rolls around.
So I'm curious. I mean, we've talked a bit about your healing journey, but let's talk about where you're at now. Has your relationship with anime changed? Coming out of your healing journey and being where you're at now, and like, do you look at some of the characters or stories differently?
I say yeah, because when you're in the middle of a healing journey, it's something that feels like it's like never gonna end.
Yeah.
And a lot of the animes that you watch, it's like you're typically gonna see the main character get to the other side of whatever it is and like be the best and be the most powerful. But when you don't feel like you're the best or the most powerful version of yourself yet, you know, you could kind of like, your relationship with those characters can kind of be like halfway, you know, it's like I related to you up until this point. You know, and so now I kind of feel like I'm coming out of it. So yeah, I mean, my relationship has changed just because it's like, yeah, you really do have to put in the work and be disciplined and like face insurmountable odds like head on, you know, if you want to get past this thing. And in that way, it makes it a lot more relatable, what you see them experience on the anime. But yeah, I mean, I don't love them anymore any less. You know, it's just like you kind of just view your own story and journey a little bit different.
Yeah,
it is. It's interesting how your relationships with characters can change, like as you learn more about them and as you learn more about yourself through things. Okay, before we play the game, we have to ask how we can help you convince your teammates to
yeah. Let's get into it.
What can we do to
what
help?
services could we offer?
Oh my gosh. You know, I think that one of the big things that always like comes up when I'm like, okay, you need to watch this, this, and this. They're like, well, I don't have Crunchyroll.
Well, we can help with that probably.
Yeah.
So, you know,
emails.
if it's like a little subscription situation or like, you know, I don't know. We might have to brainstorm and see, you know, we got to make it cool.
Yeah.
We can probably start at, if you guys play Dallas this season, just come to the
pop in.
Just pop in.
I'll
just do a tour.
definitely
Just
pop in.
Bring some teammates with you. And like,
I'll go down the line. I'll be like, "What's your favorite movie? Okay, you need to watch this anime.
Or
What's
even
your
like-
favorite
even
movie?
like
Okay, you need to watch this
If you
anime."
need to start with like basketball anime,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
like there's Kuroko's basketball.
Yeah.
There's the first Slam Dunk, which is
First
a
Slam Dunk is
movie.
incredible.
Like it's like 2 hours. They'll get it.
Yeah, they'll
Like,
get it.
They'll get it.
Wow.
Yeah.
I haven't seen any basketball anime.
You were just Slam Dunk in general.
Yeah.
Incredible.
There's also
Yeah.
Blue Box, which
Yeah,
is
Blue
was this
Box
past
is great.
season, which is
Yeah.
it's a romance anime, but one of the two is a basketball player. She's a
I wonder,
basketball
do you
player,
think
so-
that you would like a basketball anime, or is it like too much basketball in a day? Like you want to get out of the basketball mindset.
Okay, then Haikyuu. Then we go Haikyuu.
Haikyuu, stand up. Just do another sport.
Blue Lock.
Blue Lock.
Yeah. Just do
I mean,
soccer.
I'm not opposed to watching it, I guess. Like,
But you're already in. You don't
Yeah,
have to
you're
start
already
with
in.
basketball.
we need to
Yeah.
write an anime about your life.
that's really, that would be like such a dream.
Yeah.
And just give it like a cool sci-fi component, you know, like a biomechanic spinal cord or something like that.
like a
Ooh,
Ghost
now
in the
we're
Shell.
talking.
Like,
Are we talking
Yeah.
basketball Megalobox? Is that what we're talking?
I mean, we're pretty. I was gonna say we're close to Real Steel, but that is Megalobox. Also.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've put some thought into this. You know,
I would
so
read that manga.
We might have
Me
to
too.
get an animation studio to make it real.
Even a short, that would be so fun.
Yeah.
Don't look at me. I don't have any talent, so I can't help with anything.
Animate it right now, Nick.
Do it, Nick. Do it.
Write a joke. I could do a joke.
Oh yeah, say one right now. Say a joke.
Have you ever seen? Have you ever seen
This is just a
the
question.
food
I
that
feel.
you eat when you're on an airplane?
Oh, is this like a airline food joke?
Yeah,
Yeah. Right.
you're
Right.
kind of good on international flights.
You just stand up in the aisle and start.
What's the
doing your
deal with
stand-up.
this airplane food?
The lunches arrive.
I'm
You're
going
like,
to the game. I'm
Guys,
scared
what's
to
up
know.
with this
We're
food?
going to the game.
Do the
You
game,
put me on
Nick.
the spot, okay? I bet it was still funny though.
We have a game. I'm gonna get us back on track. Usually I'm the one going off the rails, but we do have a game, and we are going to be calling it, I guess, Say It Like Anime.
Yeah.
We're going to read a headline from the WNBA, and we want you to rephrase it or like use anime terms or characters or stories or what have you to explain what the headlines mean and why they are significant to any non-sports fans who might be listening. So for example, me who's not like an avid sports fan, like sometimes like people try to explain football stuff to me and I'm like, okay. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Imagine like Imagine like someone
Okay.
like that who doesn't know anything about like the WNBA and like explain it to them in anime terms.
Okay. Okay.
Okay. So the first headline.
Hopefully that makes sense.
Yeah. Okay. I think I got it.
First headline.
Kind of nervous.
New York Liberty win first WNBA championship, beating Lynx in OT.
Okay. To me, that is the equivalent of, I would basically say that, okay, you remember in Demon Slayer where just right before the last episode ended, and I'm blanking on his name. What's the...
Tanjiro?
No, the bad guy. The big
Muzan.
bad guy.
Oh, yeah.
Muzan.
The
So
one
you
that looks
remember-
like Michael Jackson?
Correct. So they had Muzan pinned down, right?
Yep.
And it looked like Muzan was for sure about to die. Obviously, I don't know what's about to happen in the next season, but the Lynx were all the Demon Slayers about to just come in and kill him. They had him right there.
That's a good one.
And then he just... And you're in the Infinity Castle, and it's like,
Man.
that's the Liberty winning. That's basically what happened. Like Minnesota had them like in a perfect spot, and Muzan just was like, nah.
That's pretty good.
That's pretty good.
That is
I
pretty
can
good.
get that.
You
We can
nailed
put the
that
game
one.
down.
You nailed that because I actually didn't know. I had to think about what OT meant. Is that overtime?
Overtime.
Okay.
Yeah,
I said that on
Yeah,
purpose
see?
because, like, if you're listening and don't know OT, then you have to kind of explain it. Yeah.
Okay. You want to read the second one?
Three-time WNBA champion Diana Taurasi announces retirement after 20 seasons.
So it's basically, to me, because Diana is the OG of
legendary
the W.
hooper.
Yeah, like legendary Pokemon. I feel like in that final battle with the Chimera Ant, where like Isaac came out and like you saw like his whole like arc and how he was meditating for all those years in the field, and like that's kind of like the reel that you get of Diana Taurasi every time you see her playing. I just think that in her final battle, you know, in her final season, she gave it everything that she had, you know, and that was clearly the end. But, you know, hats off to a legendary human being, a legendary player, and a legendary career.
There we go. That was another
yeah.
good
That was
one.
another good one.
That one was
You're
also
really
spot
good at
on.
this.
And when
Yeah.
you said legendary Pokemon, there's only
Yeah.
one. There's only one of them.
Who?
Legendary Pokemon.
Is there only one?
Like, of
No,
each
there
one.
isn't.
Of each
Of each
legendary
one,
Pokemon.
yeah,
there's
there's
only
only
one.
one.
I
There's
was
only
like,
Like,
I'm like, what?
I'm like, there's
I was
like,
like, what are you
30
getting
or
with this?
40.
I was
Okay,
like, what are you
I
talking
think
about?
in lore, there's only one of each legendary Pokemon.
Yes, there is.
All of us
In
tried
lore,
to
there's
get
just
there
one.
with you.
We're there.
Y'all are like,
You could even
Nick
be
doesn't
like-
know anything about Pokemon.
I was
could-
just trying to figure out where you're going.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say like, oh, it's like when Ash left Pokemon.
I mean, yeah, that too.
yeah.
The Pokemon,
I mean,
yeah.
That's the same type of emotion.
I mean, I guess you can count Ash as a legendary Pokemon. I mean,
No.
he's a 10-year-old that
person.
can. He's a 10-year-old that can lift legendary Pokemon. So
You say he can lift them?
yes.
Like,
Have you seen the dude that does the gym challenges like based on Pokemon weight?
oh.
Oh yeah, I
seen
saw
that.
that. I
haven't
saw
seen
that.
that.
I'm like,
Yeah,
I didn't even
Ash is-
realize they were that heavy.
Ash is a too strong 10-year-old. I don't know what's going on.
Was
All
he
right.
10 the
That's awesome.
whole time?
I
No
know,
idea.
I'm like,
keep
he
going.
must
What's the next one? Keep going.
He must have packed a lot of life experience in like 4 months. So like, because he was like 10 the whole time. I don't think he ever was visibly older looking.
No.
So he had just like a really intense year.
I don't know. I've never spoken to a real life 10-year-old that talked like that.
You've never
Like,
spoken to a 10-year-old?
I just mean like Ash talks like he's like 16 at least.
It's true.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right.
Shout out to him.
Y'all want to read the last one?
Sure. Doctor said she may never play basketball again, and then she became a WNBA champion.
Ooh.
I wonder who that's about.
Let's see. I need to embody a moment where like
Yeah.
you thought that the main character was gonna die.
Ooh.
And so I'm gonna go Yuji Itadori, Jujutsu Kaisen, right?
Yeah.
And I think that when he ate Sukuna's finger, And like we were like waiting to see, because he had like a hole in his stomach or something, right? Like he was like,
oh yeah,
his heart was stolen.
Well, even the sorcerers were like, oh, you're gonna have to die now.
Yeah, like he was cooked, completely cooked. And I think that obviously he had to find that strength by way of ingesting some very dark matter, which I didn't do. But, you know, I think
you didn't
that
eat a cursed
metaphorically, I ate Sukuna's cursed finger.
Metaphorically, I ate Sukuna's cursed finger because, you know, the doctors were telling me that, you know, I may never walk again and that my career may be over. And, you know, so metaphorically, I ate Sukuna's finger and I bossed up and now I'm, you know, me and Yuji are like this. And that's why that's one of my favorite animes, like, on Earth, because I just think that he's just so dope. I think all the characters, and sidebar for Nanami, because he is just, that's my guy right there. Like,
top tier character design.
Nanami.
But yeah, sidebar, show some love to Nanami. But
that's my man.
Listen, when Mans took off his tie and he was like, all right, overtime.
Like,
yeah.
Also, in lore, isn't he like 27?
Yeah, he's not an old dude. He's just a jaded office worker.
Nanami was.
I'm on my way there.
That's my guy. Talk about heartbreak. But yeah, I think Yuji and me are akin.
Hell yeah, I love that.
Okay, real quick, because we have a multitude of sports athletes that come through.
Yep.
We have to get your basketball starting five.
Anime
basketball starting five.
I'm excited.
We've done soccer, we've done football. We gotta fill out the Hall of Fame over here.
Okay, at center, I'm going. Ooh, I'm gonna go Panda.
Panda.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Panda because Panda's just very large and very powerful, and he got levels, but he
got different forms.
He got different
like
forms.
Beast mode.
Dude.
Power forward. I'm gonna put a female in there. I like Nobara from because I feel like she just gonna do what she need to do.
Yeah.
And she don't need main character attention. She just gonna handle her business. Okay. Small forward, I got Ichigo. Ichigo.
Okay.
Because Ichigo's like the face of the franchise. You know, he's charismatic, like he's handsome, but he also is like very powerful and like gonna do what he need to do. Mm-hmm. Shooting guard, Todoroki. Ooh. Because Todoroki is like Swiss Army knife. Like he's quiet killer. Like he gonna come in, he gonna have a quiet 30-piece and you're not even gonna know what happened.
A quiet 30-piece.
And then for my point guard, I'm going L.
Interesting.
And he is barefoot.
And he is very athletic. Like, remember the tennis scene?
That's true.
Like, he killed that.
L is very athletic, but he is also thinking 10 steps ahead. His anticipation is out of this world. And I was gonna do Light, but Light was like kind of evil. So I had to pick L. Okay.
He was
because
very evil.
L, you know, L got the heart of he's trying to do the right thing and he's trying to, you know, be honest about the work that he does. But his anticipation skills are next level, so he can just think, you know, way ahead in the future. And that's what you want out of a point guard. Somebody who can read defenses, you know, anticipate play calls, all that type of stuff.
Now in my head, I'm having an L to Panda alley-oop moment.
Period. Crazy.
I was doing like the internal monologue.
If I go right. I can't even like come up with a good enough analogy to make that convincing.
Lights in the stands, like, and then I take a potato chip and I eat it.
I take some popcorn.
Oh my god!
I get a stadium dog and I eat it.
Hell yeah, brother!
Hell yeah, brother! That was fantastic.
That was really good.
That was awesome. Was not expecting any of those characters.
I love that.
on a real note, like, I just have so much respect for what you've gone through and what you've come out the other side of.
My
like,
God, yeah.
You're so inspirational, and I think like it's just really cool that we have you on our team too as like an anime fan. I think that's just so awesome. Like, your whole life is like hope core at this point. Like, I'm just really excited to see where you go from here, and you're just really inspiring, and I can't wait for our fans to hear this conversation.
Thank you.
So.
I really appreciate that. And look, we family, like that's how I feel. Like, when you come across anime lovers, it's just a different connection. So thank you guys for having me on.
It's so real. That's so real.
I really appreciate the conversation. Wait, do y'all have any anime recs?
Oh man.
Come on. Let me write. I'm going to write them down. Seriously.
You were talking about Case Closed. So I think that you like it sort of a detective style.
Yeah, that's
Is
cool.
that accurate?
That's cool.
I think you should either watch Apothecary Diaries. It's like a really interesting take on like the detective genre, because it's this like apothecary in this like ancient China who is like solving mysteries for the dynasty, and it's really cool. I would also say you seem to like have a mix of like shonen, and I would also say Monster, which it's got some darker themes, but it's also like a cat and mouse, like sort of Death Note-y narrative. Yeah. And it's an older one, so that one doesn't have a dub, but it is very good if you have a chance to watch it.
I just like good.
Yeah.
Like, when you finish, it's just like, whew.
Yeah, it is more of like sort of like in the Attack on Titan style, where it's heavy, and it's more like a kind of narrative you would see in like Western TV. Okay. Where it's like very intrigue, very heavy, very like, there's not a lot of filler episodes. It's just like very to the point, sort of. Yeah, like I compared to like Death Note.
Cool.
I've got two. One, well, actually, they're both. At least season 1 was from Wit Studio, who did Attack on Titan seasons 1 through 3. Vinland Saga.
Vinland Saga's a good one.
Okay. Seasons 1 and 2, I think. Is it Mappa who did season 2?
I believe so. Yeah, Mappa
and
season 2.
And then Ranking of Kings, which I recommend to everybody. Is also Wit Studio and has some of the staff that worked on Attack on Titan.
Nice.
But very unique art style. Yeah, I mean, if you listen to the show, you've heard me talk about it enough. But definitely Ranking of Kings.
We already said one. It was Shangri-La Frontier.
Yep.
That's a good one. That's one. I'm gonna give you an original one. Licorice Recoil. Like, I love Licorice Recoil.
I think that would be good.
That one's incredible.
Okay.
So.
Oh, also just Skate the Infinity. Oh, sorry. Now I'm like loading you up. But like Skate the Infinity, it's a great mix of like a sport anime because it's skateboarding.
Yep. Kinda.
Kind of. It's loosely skateboarding.
They ride skateboards.
They ride skateboards and they're really cute. And
and the main characters almost kiss.
Yeah. No kiss. It's like it's very like one of those now kiss anime where it's like but it's a good blend of like story and sports.
Okay, cool. So. Did you guys watch Windbreakers?
Oh, Windbreaker.
Yeah. So good.
That's it.
So good.
That's it.
Our producer's yelling at us.
Yes, okay, sorry. I feel like we could talk all day.
We have more show to do.
Yes, okay. You'll have to come back on. We'll do a whole thing.
Would like to.
For sure.
Let's do
all
it.
Rex episode.
I'll bring. There's another player in the league that loves anime, and
hell yeah, let's do it.
Let's get it together.
Yeah. We'll set it up.
Awesome.
All right. Thanks
so
much
again,
Diamond.
Appreciate y'all.
Thank you.
Bye.
Have a good one.
Y'all, that was incredible.
That was awesome.
We just keep having amazing conversations.
We keep getting to the point where like the conversation is supposed to naturally end, but like we won't stop talking to each other. Like we just won't stay on schedule because we just have so much
professional
more to talk
yappers about. To the point where our producer yells at us.
Yeah. Guys, she's really mean.
Workplace abuse.
The smiley face doesn't help.
Just kidding. No, that was amazing. I'm so glad we had Diamond on the show.
Yeah, that was incredible. You know what? I'm a huge proponent of like just more sports people on the show, man. Like we've had some incredible athletes on the show, so we're just we're filling in, we're checking off some boxes. We also just got a couple more to get.
Go watch the WNBA.
Yeah, please.
Like, I've been to a few Wings games.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Yeah.
Support women.
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. Just in general,
Agreed.
yes.
Yeah.
In WNBA. Like, I mean, listen, if y'all think women can't hoop, they can hoop. And a lot of them, sometimes all the time, better than dudes.
Period.
Y'all not ready
And
for
what?
that
And you're
conversation,
mad.
Anime.
So anime, yeah,
Anime.
no, that was awesome. Hopefully,
Yes.
when they come to Dallas
Yes.
to play the Wings, get them in the studio, normal, guest to things.
Just do like an Oops All Rex episode with her and her teammates.
Oh, that'd be dope.
I'm gonna start vetoing that phrase.
Oops.
Oops
We've only
all.
done it twice.
What? No, we do it a lot actually.
I feel like we've only done it twice.
No, we
We
did.
did
We probably
Oops,
done it.
Oops All Boys, and then we did, we did Oops All Questions. That's it.
Oops, all boys.
Just no, we've done it anyway.
What's gonna happen?
Anyway.
All right.
Oops, all boys.
Oh my.
No
Wouldn't
girls
it be
allowed.
weird if they like kiss? I don't know.
Lee, do you want to take us out?
Yeah, gladly. Thank you for joining us for another episode of The Anime Effect, brought to you by Crunchyroll and the folks over at Sony Music Entertainment. Be sure to subscribe so you never miss an episode. As unhinged as they are.
Everyone's gonna think I'm like a Fujoshi, which I am a little bit. But
If you think that Leah's a Fujoshi, go ahead and leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcast, on Spotify. Drop a comment. The Spotify comments are like where it's at right now.
Hopping. They are
But
hopping.
I want to see YouTube in the chat.
Hell yeah.
I want to see the YouTube comments go and saying like, Nick's
what
the
if
worst.
they did kiss? I mean,
Oh.
yeah.
I can't think of anything funny today.
We're
My brain's like, what if
He
airplane
needs
food?
some milk.
Have you ever had a dream?
Anyway, the Anime Effect is hosted by me, Nick Friedman, LeAlec Murray, and oh my gosh, Leah President. We're executive produced by Jonathan Hirsch, Joanna Clay, and me. Remember that. Our lead producer is Kyla Carnero, and our associate producer is Zoe Culkin. Open-Ended Films recorded and Pixelworks edited the video. Our head of production is Sammy Allison. Special thanks to Carla Solorzano and Tamika Balance-Kalasny.
Did you get body swapped today or something? I'm sorry. Just
Is there something wrong with me today?
Yeah, it's maybe.
You're like, instead of Mickey 17, you're like Nick 17. So it's like you're slightly off, but you're still the same person. Just a little bit
And there's
different
nothing you can do about it.
That part is still early. We still have to close the show.
Oh, yeah. We'll be back next week with even more anime, of course. There's nothing you can do about it.
There's nothing you can do about it. Later days, y'all. Thank you.
And there's nothing you can do about it.
Listen.
We already said
Resistance is futile. Okay? There's nothing you can do about it.